Welcome to the Literary Titan podcast. In every episode, we dive into a book we've just read and share our thoughts, from best-selling authors to rising literary stars. We read it. Now let's talk about it.
The Way, From Street Kid to Millionaire, is Igor Fostenko's deeply personal account of building a life from circumstances that could easily have defined him. He begins with a childhood marked by poverty, bullying, the sudden death of his mother, an unstable home, years on the streets of Kyiv, orphanage stays, and addiction. Those memories give the book its emotional weight, but Fostenko rarely tells a story simply for the sake of telling it. He's constantly asking what an experience taught him and how that lesson might be useful to someone else. The result is part memoir, part conversation with a mentor who has been through some very dark places and has come out of them determined to make every experience count. That approach becomes especially interesting when the book moves into Fostenko's entrepreneurial life and the creation of Enjoy the Wood. His business story grows naturally out of the boy we've already met, the kid selling whatever he could find, improvising solutions, dreaming about money on train rides, and learning to act quickly because life demanded it. Fostenko gets specific about partnerships, customer service, hiring, team culture, money management, investments, costly mistakes, and the importance of focus. He's remarkably open about failures, including decisions that lost money or put the company at risk, and that openness makes the business sections feel earned. Success here isn't presented as a polished highlight reel. It's something assembled through judgment, mistakes, persistence, relationships, and a willingness to keep learning. The book also makes clear that Fostenko doesn't measure his life by the size of his company or bank account. Faith, marriage, fatherhood, generosity, travel, time, and personal responsibility occupy just as much space in his definition of a meaningful life. His Christian faith is woven throughout the story as the foundation he believes redirected his life, shaped his values, and continues to guide his decisions. The chapters about his wife Marina and their children are particularly revealing because they show what he believes all the striving is ultimately for. Having grown up without the stability and attention he needed, he's intensely intentional about creating those things in his own family. That connection between the wounded child in the early chapters and the husband and father in the later ones gives the book a satisfying emotional arc. What stays with you after reading The Way, From Street Kid to Millionaire isn't simply the distance Fostenko traveled, but the philosophy he built along the way. He writes with the conviction of someone who sees responsibility as freedom, adversity as a teacher, faith as an anchor, business as a vehicle for growth, and family as something worth protecting deliberately. His voice is direct and personal, often speaking straight to the reader, and you get the sense that he isn't interested in being admired from a distance. He wants his story to make people reconsider what they're capable of doing with the circumstances they've been given. The Way, From Street Kid to Millionaire is more than the story of how Igor Fostenko changed his circumstances. It's the story of how a man can change his life without losing sight of what makes that life worth living.
Thanks for joining us on the Literary Titan podcast. If today's review sparked your interest, be sure to pick up a copy of the book and experience it for yourself. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a rating, or share it with a fellow book lover. Until next time, keep reading, not just to escape, but to grow.